What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Justin Gibbons Show. I came to bring heat. I came to bring fire. I came to burn this mother down. Darnell Sylvester, who's been a big influence on my life. So, how's it going, Mr. Dookie? How you doing today?
Oh man, America, we doing great.
Sound good?
Oh yeah.
All right, Brandon, how you doing today, brother?
I'm feeling pretty marvelous, baby. Feeling pretty marvelous.
That's good. That's good. So, dude, we just gonna take it pretty easy today. But we were talking actually before we started rolling. We was talking about some sort of basketball thing, some score you had to settle here. If you want to get in that before we get into business, let's go ahead and do it.
Oh yeah, it's all well. Oh man, got all kind of little rumors, but who got the most highest score in basketball down there? Phoenix, the almighty Spartan. But I just wanted to put it out there. Them guys played 4 quarters, and I only played 2 quarters and hit 50 perch. So there it is. If I'd have played the whole 4, I might have had more than Kareem, Kobe, and Will Chamberlain. But it's all good. We all know.
Roger that. What you got to say about that, Brandon? Because you kind of work for this guy, right? That we got in mind.
That's a beautiful stat, man. Playing that you only played half of the game and was able to put up that many points. That says a lot about yourself. And if you'd have played that whole half, the whole other half, man, who would have known? Broke some records.
Yeah.
Probably had ESPN down there.
What?
That would have been nice. What was your nickname? What did they call you? Why don't you let people know that?
Oh man, even before Carl Malone came along as the mailman, they used to call me the postman, because they do always deliver.
Roger that.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to talk about some key points in your life. First, we want to start off with a high point. When you look back over your entire life, what would you consider one of the high points?
Oh man, well, coming up, my mom was a single mom, and she had 3 girls, 4 boys. And all the boys was younger than the girls. So we had to do them girl duties coming up. So we had to mop, wash dishes, and do a little bit of everything. And we did pretty good. So I like to take my hat off to my mom and some of my uncles that helped raise us. But I always said, once I become a man, my children will have nothing to worry about. As long as God gave me the health and strength to provide, and that's what I did.
Well, that's a good thing, and that's a crazy. You had to do a girl thing. How'd that make you feel, though? Did that dehumanize you? Or you think you made it made you stronger or harder?
Yeah, I had to toughen up, man. Cause out of the 4 boys, I was the 3rd one, and I had an older brother. If I ain't watching dishes, oh man, he used to beat me up. I ain't gonna call you name, but he used to beat me up. But hey, that was a lesson learned. I just had to start washing dishes, mopping the floors and everything.
Right.
But just made me a better person.
All right. So let's talk about some low points. When you look over the culmination of your entire life, what would you consider a low point? Something but that defined you, that you can't get out of your memory, that made you who you are, even though it hurt.
Oh man, our lowest part, like I said, with the 4 boys, my mom used to work hard for the little things we had. And it was always that one time, if I wore them pants that Monday, my little brother had to wear them that Tuesday. So it was always a bunch of sham things we had to do. One bite, but 4 or 5 pair of pants, but guess what? The world never knew, but y'all know now. And we survived.
Right. Well, a lot of people that have these hard lives growing up, it shapes them, it molds them. It actually does the world good, because these people had to go through so much, and so when they finally get somewhere in life, they realize where they came from, how great it, how great they have it now. So for some people, just turning on the shower in the morning is a great thing. Some people never had running water, or they couldn't pay the bills, and they remember what it's like not to have that water running or the lights on and stuff like that. And so every day when they flip that switch, it's a blessing.
Yeah, we had that conversation Sunday too, but the outhouse. And for those of you who don't know what the outhouse is, it's walking out your house and going in your backyard to go use it. Number one, number two, whatever you had to do. That's the outhouse. So we had part of that too coming up in our life.
Right. So what would you consider the turning point in your life? That point where you was like, I'm not gonna be this old person I was. What came along in your life and changed you and turned you into the person you've now become?
Oh man, it was several things. It's, like I say, coming up, just had a mother without a father. That made me stronger. Made me want to, be there for somebody else once I get grown. And once I graduated out of high school, I was going and went to the Field Proud of the Marine. And they turned me out. They made me up, man. And I came back and thank everybody that was still by my side whilst I was coming up. Because as far as, like jail-wise, we don't know what that was. Because we never got in no trouble or none of that. So that was a good part.
Right. And, a lot of people say that back then, the neighborhood looked after you.
Oh yeah.
And they also whipped your ass when you needed it too.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any stories like that you want to tell us?
Now, one thing I can tell you, the way that came up, when you was getting a whipping, you always put on 2 pair pants. But guess what? See them 2 pair pants? Mama used to whip us, and she used to wonder why we wouldn't cry. Oh, you want to be hard? You want to be hard, huh? Nah, mama, we just had on 2 pair pants. So my mama got slick. She waited till we go to take a bath. And you can't get in the tub with no clothes on. And once you take them clothes off, boy, you hear that door opening. And I was your behind then. You got whipped neck.
All right, let's since we're speaking on childhood memories, let's touch a positive one. When you look back and you want to pick out one of those most positive memories, that memory where you never forget it. What comes to mind when you think of that?
Oh man, believe it or not, it always was how they say when you raise a child and the way he should go. Well, our raising came up with my Uncle John. He always played a good role in our lives. And although I'm gonna sit there and say I hated it, but coming up, man, 10, 11, 12 years old, we used to go in the field. We used to have to pick tomatoes, squash, okra, all that. Anything there in that field, we used to pick it. That's how, we learned a lot because of him, And that was part of being my role model right there, Uncle John.
So Uncle John, in effect, sort of treated who you became in the future by teaching you things when you were really young.
That's right.
Do you remember any sayings or anything he told you? Any, anything that comes to mind? Something that maybe he used to say all the time, a trigger phrase or something?
Oh man, it was almost a one motion thing. When you got out of place and did wrong, have these huge hands, man. And I guess about a 12 or 13 shoot. And he'll catch you behind your head, slap you, and when you go forward, he kick you in your behind all at one time. And he'll go, he got you twice.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Now, let's touch on a negative childhood memory. When something sad comes to heart from your childhood, one of your worst experiences as a child, what comes to mind?
Oh man, I really didn't have like a bad childhood. Cause like I said, Mama always tried to provide and keep us happy.
But we're
like
speaking
Christmas.
on like a memory, like a certain place and time, something that maybe a regret, maybe something that happened to you, something painful, just one particular thing, that's stuck with you, that maybe have changed you in some way.
Oh man, well I could speak on our little bike. As a child, we had one bike. And if I rode it first, I had to get in the back of the line and ride after my other 3 brothers. And that's all we had with that one bike.
What kind of bike was that?
It was a little 20-inch bike.
Roger that.
Uh-huh.
So out of all the brothers, so you got a lot of brother stories. Who was the toughest? Come on, be honest with us.
Oh man, out of all four of us?
Yeah.
Well, the oldest boy was the toughest.
All right.
Until I started working out and stuff. Then my uncle and them used to come by the house on a Sunday, put up $2 or whatever, and tell us go at it. And then I just got good enough where I started getting in competition.
Right.
Then he started to leave me alone after that.
You know, there's a rumor going around that I've been hearing all my childhood that they used to call you the one-hitter quitter. Can you tell us how you got that nickname?
Oh man, I was my little brother Gary was there. He would make y'all laugh. But anyway, every time I used to get into something, I wasn't the type of person that argue behind simple stuff. I used to just stand like I'm getting ready to throw a baseball. Put that right feet out and that left hand coming.
Roger that.
And that was the one-hitter quitter.
So all right, so like let's talk about midlife now. So 20 to 30 years old, in between that, what was the best thing that happened to you during that time of life? Like what was something that came along in your life and changed you for the better and also helped you become a better man and made you the man you are today?
Oh man, back then, let's see, around that time there, I had a little construction job. And man, I'm telling you, it ran like three months in a row. And I had this young lady I was my girlfriend at the time. She was like, "Hey, you ever thought about going to truck driving school?" I said, "Truck driving school?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Man, I never thought of that." She said, "Well, guess what? I didn't enroll you in school. So get ready." So that's when I started going truck driving school and became a truck driver. And that really turned everything around for us then.
In what way did that turn things around for you?
Oh man, because like I said, I was doing construction work. If it rained, we couldn't work. So no money was coming in. So once I started driving trucks, I started making a little income, and everybody had a smile on their face then.
So so mostly the change was income wise, is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
So that brought up your lifestyle in effect, right? It made everything a lot easier.
Yep.
So if you were, let's say, on a scale of 1 to 10, what were you making with your construction job, money wise?
Yeah, I would say probably a 3.
All right. And so when you switched over to trucking, what would you say you were making then?
Oh, like the beginning, I'd say about a 7.
And where are you still doing the trucking business now?
Yes, sir.
Where would you say you're at now?
Oh, right where I need to be.
Good answer, baby. Good answer.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about your religious views. Do you have a sense of God? And if you do, how do you feel about that? Let's get into that. Let's express that.
Oh man, I could kick it out and say, "Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me."
So I take that as you being very spiritual. Do you go to church?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Yeah.
So was being spiritual a big part of your life when you were growing up?
Yeah, because we come up under my grandfather and my grandmother, and man, they used to have a little thing back in the days, whereas when we wasn't in school, 12 o'clock, we used to had to be on your knees in the house, the old house they used to have. So then everybody had to pray.
Right. I do remember praying a lot in our childhood, especially, you know what I remember the most exciting to me was New Year's, when me, you, and Alyssa.
Yeah.
And Alyssa, by the way, that's my sister, that's Dookie's daughter, by the way. And yeah, we'd say a little prayer, and then we'd go out there and watch the fireworks and pop some fireworks. We had some good times back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, what more would you say? All right, so look, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say a word, and I want you to say the first thing that pops into mind. Okay?
Okay.
So, all right. So God.
Oh man, the Father.
All right. Life.
Long life.
Alyssa.
My baby girl.
I like that. Money.
Ooh, plenty of it.
That's another good one too. All right, happiness.
Oh man, keep a smile on your face.
Dreams.
Oh, big.
Potential.
Oh man, everything in the world.
Love.
Oh man, love is the key.
Muscles.
Got him.
We're going to end it right there. That was a good one. Got it. I like
it.
All right, we're gonna move on. Let's see here. Right.
We still rolling?
Yeah, we're still going. We're still going. So, what are your dreams or hopes and plans for the future?
Oh, shit, I always try to dream big, man. And I feel as though hopefully the good Lord let me live a long life. Although I got men and women now, but looking for the grandkids, you know. I just want to have my table set up whereas from the wife, when I get one, on down, I don't have to worry about nothing.
So, all right, first of all, tell us how old you are, Dookie.
Oh man, shit out America, but I'm 56.
56. So let's say 4 years. Let's say we give you till you're 60. Where do you see yourself at?
Oh man, well, I had a question asked to me the other day, when I'm gonna retire, and my answer was, I'm gonna retire when my baby can take care of herself, pay her own car note, have her own money. That's when I'm gonna retire.
All right. What would you consider your life project over your whole life? Everything that you've learned, everything that you've done, what you've been building up to, what do you consider that you're going to do with it? What is Darnell Sylvester's life project?
Oh man, I would love to have this house on the hill that I always visualize. Kick back, have my little motorhome, go from New Orleans to Miami, shoot up 95, go visit New York, then come back across and go to California.
That sounds like a good trip. Whenever you do that, I'm going to have to come on that one with you.
Seriously, definitely invite me. I know a little bit about New York and Cali, so I can help you out when we go over there.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. If you were to describe your health currently, how would you describe yourself?
Oh man, if we go 100%, I'm gonna say right now, probably about 80.
All right. How would you consider your health growing up? Were you a sickly person? Were you always pretty strong? How would you consider yourself?
Oh, growing up, like I said, I played sports all my life, and I never, thank God, had like an ankle sprain or broken arm or none of that. But like now, getting up in age, starting to get the little family hereditary things, you know, like high blood pressure, things that could kind of be controlled, you know.
Right. All right. So, as people get older, you often suffer losses in life. Are there any losses, any close people in your family, anything that you want to touch on? You want to make sure that flame doesn't die. You can, right now, whatever you say, this is going out into the world. It's never going to leave. This is going to be on every social media channel. Whatever you say here, you imprint in history forever.
Yeah. Well, first I could start off saying, like back in, I think it was 2007. That's 2007. Our chain got broken, and that was one of my sisters. She died in 2007. Then my mom turned around. I think it was June, might be June the 2nd of 07. My sister passed away. Then turned around the following year, 08. I think it was July the 3rd. My mama passed away, and then come back in might have was June of 09. So that's 7, 8, 9, 3 in a row. Sister, mama, then sister. 3 years in a row we got hit with it. So everybody just trying to cope with it and be strong, but good thing, everybody just about go to church and believe in God.
Right. So hopefully in the end we'll all be together in the end.
Yes, sir.
So look, I'm going to touch on something here that a lot of people don't like. We're going to touch on failures and regrets. Now everybody in life has experienced failures and regrets, And even the good, even the people with the great lives who've had pretty easy lives still have these. So what would you consider some of your greatest failures and some of your greatest regrets?
Oh man, boy, I got plenty of regrets, but
Don't we all? You can't live as long as you and not have any, right?
Yeah. Well, one of my things is, you always say man head of household, but like I said, the way I grew up, it always was like a 50-50 thing to me. And I always kind of let woman kind of control our finances.
Right.
But which one of my regrets is, as me being a man, head of household, that I should have took, full responsibility for all that.
Right.
So that's one of the regrets.
That's a big one. See, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And my household, I control all the bills. Most guys, they just pretty much don't like to deal with the trouble because the bills is a never-ending process. As soon as you think you paid one, you got another one coming. And so it's aggravating. And we think we already got enough on our plate because we work every day. We just don't like the bullshit of. We just don't like to deal with the bullshit of playing around with that, but I think it's also our job too, because we're supposed to control the money. You know what I mean? I mean, you're never supposed to cut your wife off with money or your woman or anything, but you're supposed to make sure we got a grip on things.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree?
That's right.
All right. So, what about your political views? Let's get into that. What you think about this, Trump thing? Did you vote? First off, did you vote last election?
Yeah, I voted.
Who did you vote for last election?
Oh man, sure wasn't him.
So what's your political views on Trump? What you think about him?
Oh man, I think he's just a little too arrogant for me. But I don't know. I don't like to judge nobody or label him. I'ma just let God deal with it.
Right. All right. So what about your social views? Let's talk about that for a second. Like, how do you feel the way society is going? Is it going in a direction that you're okay with, or do you not like certain things, certain aspects? And if so, what are those certain things?
Yeah, right now I think the society is kind of bad. Me personally, I go to work, from work to home. With down here the environment ain't really as bad as like New Orleans or other places where you might walk outside and get like a stray bullet or something.
Right.
But I just stay home and stay to myself. So if trouble want me, they gotta come knock at the door.
Right. All right. So like this. All right. This is the point where we're just gonna riff. The scripted part of the interview is over. So we're just gonna talk like three friends here. So but I'm gonna ask you one more question here. Give us a good story. I know you got a good one down there somewhere. It can be dirty, whatever. This is the part where you get to let it out. Come on, give us something good.
Story? My good story? Let's see. We going on a cruise in November. And every time my little family get together, they always kid around but who married and who not married. And I promised them that I was going to be married on the time we go on this cruise. So whether or not I lied to them or not, that's remain to be seen.
You might have to get married on the cruise. So what you like to do for fun, dude? What's your hobbies?
Oh man, I tell you what. Lately I got. Well, my grandmother had like 13 kids, and out of the 13, she only had 2 left. The youngest girl, the youngest boy, and I found myself like every Sunday going down by my cousin/sister house, by my auntie, and go down there and have us a nice little time, man.
So what do y'all do down there? Y'all cook or something? Get drunk? What kind of stuff?
Oh man, well, but 2 weeks ago I cooked some okra, cause my people from the West Bank, they was talking about they better cooks than the East Bank.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I cooked some okra, and I brought it down there. And my auntie was in the bed, and my sister said she hadn't ate nothing in a while, and she heard my verse, and she made him got out the bed, Came in a wheelchair, sat by the table, and my sister made a little bit of okra and some rice. And man, she said, tell that boy come here. And I went there, and my mom who passed away, her name is Ella May. And she said, boy, Ella May must have got out of the grave and cooked them okra. Boy, them okra taste good. I love more lick the plate. So it's all about fun down there, you know.
So, what else do you like to do for fun, Duke? I know you like to cook, for sure. Dookie used to be known as the best seafood boiler. Now, those of you who ain't from Louisiana might not know too much about this, but we have a tradition down here where we boil seafood. It's like what brings the family together, what brings the people together. And Dookie was known as the best in Plaquemines Parish, at least on the east side anyway.
Plaquemines Parish, the whole parish. But anyway, I remember one time my little brother had something for his grandkids, and he wanted some turkey neck burger. So boy, I started burning the turkey necks, and when his father, brother was there. And like I said, we ain't gonna call no names. But anyway, the old man said, man, brother, boy, them turkey necks smell something good. So the brother came back and said, dude, he said, how long them turkey necks gonna be? I said, oh man, I'm about to take them out the pot. And the brother said, oh man. He said, bro, I ain't gonna have time to go run all the way to the house and come back. So the brother asked him, said, what you need to go to the house for? He said, man, I forgot my teeth home. So I said, mister, I promise you, you don't need no teeth to eat these turkey neck. But the old man took that turkey neck and started hitting it, meat falling off the bone. He said, young man, boy, you ain't lying. I sure don't need my teeth for these things. These things taste so good. That made me so proud.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. You've always been proud of your cooking, and you've always been a really good cook, you know. And you know, some of the best times have been around a pot of seafood that you made. You know, some of our best times. You know, I remember we used to do that damn near every weekend as a child. Now, I want to give the fans here a little history into me. Darnell, Dookie here, my stepdad, has a story that he tells about how I made him quit smoking cigarettes. So if you want to go ahead and let the viewers know that. This is
oh man, yeah, America. One time, at the time I was married to his mom, and she had quit smoking, so they tried to convince me to quit. So one morning, I got up to leave to go to Pensacola, Florida. So she had bought me some patches. I put the patch on, so they took the cigarettes from me. So I stopped by the store, got me 2 big old packets of sunflower seeds to get the cigarettes off my mind. I drove all the way to Pensacola, came back, and I got home. I went in there, grabbed me a cigarette, sat at the kitchen table, blowing that smoke up in the air. So boy, they come in there fussing, talking about, you killing us with that smoke, you killing us with that smoke. I just looked at them, I ain't said nothing. I took my pack of cigarette, went outside, sat on the step. So I'm sitting on the step, steady blowing that smoke in the air. Here go the door, hit me in the back. I turn around, look, Justin coming out. So he sat down right beside me, put his hand, he put his elbow on his knee and his hand on his jaw. Turn around, he looking at me. So I'm sitting looking at him, blowing that smoke in the air. He said, dude, I could tell you something without you getting mad? I said, yeah, well, go ahead, I'm listening. He said, you know you was inside killing us with that smoke? Now you out there killing yourself. And the way he told me that, America, look at me in my eye, I threw that cigarette away and thank you, Jesus. I ain't touched a cigarette since. And that was, man, some years ago, man.
Yeah, how old do you think I was about approximately at that time?
You was young, man. I don't think you probably 7 or something like that. If that old.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That had to be back in the trailer then.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
So, do you think humble beginnings make a better man? Like coming up from, you know, low and then working your way up makes you a better person? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. Because you get some people that will be low on the totem pole, and once they start rising up, they forget about all their surroundings. They forget about the people that help them get there. And I can see this because, like, I got people I work with. No names need to be called, but believe me, if they get this interview, they're gonna know who they are. I got several people jobs. Now they think they're better than me. But you tell me, whenever the Karate Kid got better than Mr. Miyagi,
Never.
I don't see it.
I've had that happen with me, and I'm sure we all have, where you help somebody to get to a place, and then when you need them, they're not there for you. And then sometimes they even turn out to be your worst enemies. You help them there, and then they want to talk about you and hurt you. It's like, man, what are you doing? I'm the guy who's been helping you. I've helped you. Now that you got a little something, you're gonna put me down? Come on, you can't be doing that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing some people do.
Well, often in life, pretty much God handles people like that. They hurt themselves in the end. They alienate everyone around them. They alienate their friends, and then eventually they're left alone with nothing.
Exactly.
So tell us another fun story. I know you got a few in there. Tell us something wild this time. Let's say one of your wild adventures as a young man, maybe.
Oh man, I remember coming up in school, and my brother that's under me, he had some older cats. One day had him by the leg, each leg pulling him down the gym floor like he was the dust mop. And my older brother Cam got me out of class. Boy, I walk in that gym, I look at them boys, I was like, oh Lord, what this boy got myself into here. So he told me, either you gonna beat them or I'm gonna beat you. So I had to start fighting, man. And but the dude was like 2 years older than me, but like I said, coming up with my older brother and had to tussle with him, it made me just cakewalk that boy, man. And he bit me on the top of my hand, and I started crying. So my older brother said, "What you crying for? You won the fight." I said, "Well, look at my head." "Shut up, boy." He told me, "Shut up." I just stopped crying. But I looked at my brother, the one I was fighting for. He's standing there, got his thumb in his mouth and his finger in his eye like he always do. And you know who I'm talking about. Still love you though.
So, all right, childhood, growing up with 4 brothers, and you said 3 sisters, correct?
Right.
Wow, that must have been crazy, and all in one house?
Yeah, but the girls are older than the boys, so they was like never there with us,
It rained the last time. You should be good. It ran all the way through.
Good.
Yeah. So, who do you think you attach yourself to the most out of your siblings? Who is, like, say you pick the best sister and the best brother that you say you were the closest with, you think?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. We was like a close-knit thing because, like my older sister Ramona, I used to have to take her everywhere, shopping. And man, we used to be going from sun up to sundown. Sometimes she might come back home with a bag and sometimes she don't. But that was the things I had to deal with. Then the sister under her name was Sheila, we called her Dookie. And we was very close too because she always say that I was her most handsomest brother. And she used to like the way I dressed too, and I carry her with me everywhere.
I see that.
And my sister Honky, we used to be like me and Martin. We used to argue sometime. She learned how to do karate and stuff, so that kind of kept me away from her. But we always was pretty close, man.
Okay. First hot rod, first smoking car. What was it? How did it make you feel? Who'd you have in the passenger seat? What'd you have under the seat? Tell us about it.
Oh man, I remember I had a 1969 Nova. I had my little 350 small block in it, and man, when I put that car together, I couldn't get it started. So I had this friend I used to work with. He came down by the house one day, and man, we got that car started, man. Things started falling on my mama's wall. Next thing I know, she running outside with a broomstick. "Turn that damn car off." It was too loud, I had the headers open. And I remember all these boys came around the house, wanted to race one day, and we was playing softball at the park. And I told them, I said, they had this dude named Pete McDonald used to be on the police force. And I knew he was getting off at 5:30. So I said, we gonna race anytime after 5:30. So we were leaving from by the bar to go to the park. Me and my little partner, Jeffrey Wagner. And my little brother said, hey, dude, look how they looking at you. Hit it a little bit. So, boy, I got on top of that highway, boy, and I hit it. That car popped up off that road. My partner put his hand over his eyes, and then it slammed back down to the ground. That was a hot ride.
Roger that. Who'd you have in the passenger seat?
That was my partner, Jeffrey.
No, I mean, like, who'd you have in the passenger seat? You know what I mean. You must have been seeing some young lady at the time.
What?
Well, you don't have to tell us her name. Was she fine?
Oh, man. And I used to date all fat girls back then. They used to keep my muscles right.
Yeah, you lie. What would say? Who gave you your best fight? Because I know you were known as a fighter. Who put up the best fight with you, other than your brothers?
Oh man. Yeah, this one guy, man. He taught me never to let a man get in on distance, boy. I remember we was out back in Seminole. I forgot the name of the little club. And he kept on messing with your mama. And she didn't want to tell me. So it was time for the leave. So I let all of them left. And I caught myself riding back home with the DJ. So boy, they were getting ready to get in the car. So the boy come out there with six other guys, man. And he come walk up to me. Hey, you got a problem? I look at him, I look at his boys. I said, nah, bro. So he started walking up on me. Next thing I know, yeah, you want to fight? And when I went to go say nope, he had to point me in my eye, man. And he pointed me so hard, I thought he had knocked my eye out. And I just put my hand over my eye, stagger back a few feet, try to focus that eye to see where he was. And when I seen where he was, good night, Irene. I beat blood from everywhere but under his feet. Because he was trying to stand up on him and run. Too late. I don't play that.
So he sucker punched you then?
Did he? That's why I said. On distance, man, ain't no way knows it.
Yeah, I think a few of us have learned that lesson. I'm definitely one of those who've learned that lesson. You got to watch your surroundings, especially when you're in a group of people, because you don't know who's sneaking up on you. You know. So, but you taught him his lesson. That was probably the last time you ever dealt with him, huh?
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about the bar room. There used to be a bar room in good walking distance from our old house. Tell us about some times you had there.
Oh man. I had some good time there, some fighting times. Man, I'm telling you, like, when I first started drinking that Jack Daniel, my mind really couldn't handle that. And I remember one time I was in the bar room, and the dude was fussing with his old lady.
Give us the timing on that. So what year is it, or how old are you, so we can generalize what kind of setting we're in?
Ah, man, at the time probably was about 25. You know, still young and dumb.
About what year would that have been?
Man, you do the math. Do the calculator. But anyway,
we'll figure it out for you later.
But anyway, man, the dude arguing with his old lady. I done walked past that, and I heard him call her the B word. Now, I done turned around and we got them people business. Now, me and the dude fighting. But it wasn't really my call. But I just couldn't, undertake him handling his old lady like that. But to be honest with you, though, I kept telling him, I said, man, cuz, I said, you older than what I am. Take that home, bro. Don't put it in the street. And I guess he didn't like the way the young man was talking to him, so he slapped me. He didn't want to start some fight.
So in effect, you were just trying to save him from himself.
Exactly.
And were you interested in the woman at all, or you were just?
Nah.
So you were just trying to say, hey man, don't let your business out in the street. In effect.
Exactly.
So you were looking out for him in the long run, but when alcohol is in the situation,
yeah,
things change.
Yeah, cause I was feeling good, and when he slapped me, I figured now I gotta spend more money to get back where I was. So yeah, that was trouble.
So you say when you were younger, Jack Daniels, you were a little wild and stuff. What do you drink now?
Same shit.
Same shit, New Year.
Yeah.
Do you still consider yourself wild?
Oh no, nah. Like, I tell you, I done changed, man. And I listen to a lot of people that, I grew up with. They always tell that story. Boy, if you were like you used to be, you will never let them talk no shit to you. I'm humble now. I talk myself out of it and try to make the man laugh instead of fight,
What do you think humbled you?
Huh?
What do you think humbled you?
What humbled me? Oh man, back in the days, I used to do some terrible things, man. For like drugs and stuff. One time I hung with the wrong crowd and doing terrible things. And my brothers, they used to always try to protect me and stuff, but at the time I was doing what I wanted to do. So, when you're doing bad things like that, ain't nobody can really tell you nothing. You just gotta overcome that yourself. But I remember one Sunday morning, my mama turned the whole bed over, got me out the bed and threw my face in the mirror and said, "Son, look at yourself. You're doing things you ain't got no business." I know because I hear the stories. But of course, I try to deny it. But every mother know her child. So right then and there, that was my turning point.
Do you think you were the worst brother out of the group, or do you think you were just in the middle, or does the worst brother know who he was?
Now I'm not gonna say ever but a worse brother, cause.
And in fact, what I'm trying to say, who was the troublemaker?
Oh man, we did things, but for us that situation, I think I was the worst.
So you were the main troublemaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my lick, cause I used to be the one out there fighting every weekend. Try to make 7 days out of 8, but things better now.
All right, so how you feeling about the way that your life is going as of right now? Do you believe that you're where you need to be, or do you still have room for change, or how do you feel about that?
Oh man, shit. I still got room for growth, but far as do I think I'm where I need to be, I'm gonna say no. Only because the things Mom used to always tell us, that she always wanted to see us happy and all that. And like my oldest brother, him and his wife been together close to about 40 years, and then come me. I can't say the same. Then I got another brother under me. Him and his wife been together over 20 something, and my baby brother and his wife been together over 20 something. So when you fall out of that category, I'm the weakest link.
Well, I wouldn't consider you the weakest link, but we all have room for growth, and the fact that you think you need to grow more is a good thing, because the people who don't think they need to grow anymore are the ones that need to be worried, So let's talk about the muscles. I seen you flexing a little bit earlier. You been working out lately?
No, but I'm about to get back in it because we get ready to go in September, October, November. Got 3 months to get it back kind of straight, because all my brothers and some of my cousins, everybody talking about who's gonna be the most fit on the boat, and one of my cousins, he done got straight up crazy, talking about he don't eat meat no more. He a veggie man, and his
who said they don't eat meat anymore?
My cousin TJ.
Oh, okay.
TJ, and he said that when we go on the boat, he gonna put his wife's shirt on. That's how much weight he gonna lose. He gonna put his wife's shirt on, and she gonna wear his shirt as a dress.
Wow, that's he's shooting for some high goals there, but ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What about you? You think you're gonna be able to pull that off?
Oh, I know I'm gonna be tight.
Roger that.
I'm gonna be tight.
What you gonna do with that gut, though?
Huh?
What you gonna do with that gut?
Just suck it in. Yeah.
All right. Some recent changes in your life that you'd like to address.
Oh man, recent changes. Well, for like my change, I know like my medical part, things getting on the up and up for me there because half of the time my little glasses I got prescribed, I don't really need them. You know, so I'm thinking everything getting back the way it's supposed to be, eating right, doing the right thing, you know. So that's a positive.
Right. I noticed you got some new jewelry. You want to tell us about that?
New jewelry. Oh, man. What happened, I always try to keep mama in mind. And that's how mama was set up, with the two little goals and stuff. So, you know, I got fussed at by my baby girl. I got fussed at by the host, which is you. And I got fussed at by your mom when y'all were telling me I don't need that. And I told y'all, just wait to see the final outcome. And then
Why don't you give America a big smile there? There we go.
Got him.
So, what do you enjoy doing the most now? You know, what do you enjoy? What's life to you, in a sense?
And just to see my kids on the up and up, you know, everybody's straight. And me, myself, man, if I was home right now, I'd probably been a knee watching Young and the Restless, which I record every day, and get ready to go to sleep. I might have the remote in my hand, I feel the remote jerking out my hand, that wake me up.
All right. Favorite athlete?
Me. Oh man, I got favorite athlete, basketball, will be always my number one, Michael Jordan. And I hope you see this, Reverend Sylvester. I'm gonna make sure you see that. Michael Jordan is my number one athlete in basketball. Football, I love you yet, Drew. But Brady is my man. I'm sorry. I love me some Tom Brady.
All right. What about boxing?
Boxing? Oh man, I always, like back in the days, I always liked the George Foreman. And then my second boxer was your boy named Mr. Evangeline Holyfield.
That's a tough guy, right?
Yeah. Then like Young Wise, I like the Roy Jones, and then old Mayweather, you know.
All right. Favorite musician?
Favorite musician? Oh man, I like Maze. Maze. I like Key Sweat.
All right. Favorite musician growing up? 20s. 18 years, 20s. What'd you like? What kind of music you listen to?
Oh man, back then with the Sugar Hill Gang, man. But y'all don't know nothing but that.
I know a little bit about it. I remember riding with him, listening to some good stuff.
Oh,
Tell us about that purple, that Nissan that you own. It was blue. It was blue or purple?
Oh, that was a blue Nissan. Yeah, I had my little box in the back, kept on the top, a little walk-in deal. And I wind up having that little truck for a long time. Then I get to my oldest son, which I consider my oldest son. That was Dookie. And I get to Dookie had it a long time. Till the storm came, mess it up, huh?
Yeah. What kind of work you put in that thing? Because I remember you had a hell of a sound system in that, didn't you?
Oh man, I had Pioneer and JBL speakers, man.
All right. So, what do you got to say about your daughter? Let's talk about your daughter a little bit. What about her has changed you? I'm talking about Alyssa, that's the youngest.
Oh yeah, well, I figure like this. Some of the things I did back in the day, you know, being a father, you be protective. And I always figured, like some of the friends she had, I didn't really care for. So I used to always tell her, look, don't you bring them dudes around me. Because you bring them around me, I'm going to make sure they don't come around you no more because I'm going to run them. So that was the part that always made me lift weights. So when they see me, they can be afraid.
Yeah, like, what's that movie? Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, Bad Boys.
Yeah.
They come to the door, yeah. Who is Reggie?
And look, we had a thing too. Like my brothers and my cousins and all of them. If a girl in our family ever used to bring a boy, we used to put him in a circle and let him look around and say, damn, all these boys but the same damn size. So you know what that means? Please keep your hand off him.
He ain't lying. All of them are about the same size. You want to go ahead and give a description of your brothers so the world knows how huge your family is, especially on the man side. I mean, you got some big guys in your family.
Yeah, well, everybody over 6 feet. And I got one of my brothers, the name of ski. We call him Ho. And boy, when you talk about strong, strong.
Yeah, and he's big too. How tall is that?
Oh, gotta be what, 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
He's a big guy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But a good guy. If you talk to him, you wouldn't even know why he got the muscles, because he's nice, he's friendly. But I'm pretty sure if you get on his bad side, I'm sure Jimmy Jam can attest to that.
Where were you at, Jimmy? I know you remember. Oh, Lord.
So, all right. In closing here, we still got a little bit of time. We have about 10 more minutes. So, what's something we haven't touched that maybe you want to get to?
Man, I just about told my life story. But
anything recently you've been looking up, or anything you want to get into, or you want to talk on?
Oh man, only thing, like we got some little events coming up for us family wise. And like our little family, we try to stick together, and we got some of them that always together, and some of them we trying to get to come closer with us. So family, if y'all listening, y'all already know, grandma, grandpa, my mama, your mama, they always wanted the togetherness for us. So let's get it back together. And like this little cruise we going on in November, I want to say we might have like 50 people, but it should have been 150 if everybody had the togetherness, So hopefully next time will be a better time.
All right. So, I want to. You have any stories about my dad? So for those who don't know, my dad and my stepdad here were kind of not friends at the beginning. That's putting it very lightly. But in the end, through life and through children, they became very close friends in the end. So what you want to touch on anything on that?
Yeah, when I first met the guy, me and him, we both wanted the same thing. And which, that was a woman. So me, after going to the Marine Corps, I never was afraid of nothing or no one. So, we crossed paths a few times, and that was that. But the best thing I can remember, one time I went down there to visit Justin, and he told me come on inside. So we sat down and we started drinking, and he was like, man, so I'm getting up in age. He said, I need you to make a promise to me. I said, what's that? He said, if something happened to me, I want you to step in there and take care of my boy. I said, man, look, I thought I was already doing that. And he started laughing. I said, well, I always did have love for Justin, so I could promise you I'm going to take care of him. And he said, I ain't trying to kill you or nothing, but if something was to happen to you before it happened to me, I promise you the same thing, that I'll take care of this. I said, I definitely appreciate that, but I ain't going nowhere till I'm 100 and something.
I will say this: most people don't even have the luck to get one good father in life, and I was blessed with two great, outstanding men. Dookie himself never hit me ever once in my life. Never. I mean, we had talks. We had lectures. That's how he told me what I was doing wrong. We sat down like two men, even when I was 5, 4, 3, whatever, like two men, and we talked. And we talked it out. And that was, and man, Dookie, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. You've always been there. And whenever anyone ever fell short, you always picked up the slack. And when my father died, you kept your promise. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. Every time I've always needed you, I called you. You've always been there.
Yep. See, I can remember a time I can't quite remember if it was killing or listen. they were doing something, and I had my slippers on. I took the slipper off, and I spanked on her behind with the slipper. Instead of her crying, I start crying. And they turn around and just look at me. That was the only time I wouldn't even say whip or spank, you know.
Why do you think that affected you that way? What do you think?
What about me crying?
Yeah.
I'm just a I don't know, guess like an emotional person, you know.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Maybe an emotional parent. But why do you think you don't believe in whipping kids? Because where we're from, that's very uncommon. Everybody whips their kids in our culture and where we're from. I
just feel as though that you can't. To me, you don't brutalize a child, because brutalizing them is not gonna help them advance. To me, the best punishment to a child. See them cell phones, them games, you punish them like that. And I know a parent did that to her child. When he didn't do right, she took his game from him. She took his phone from him. She punished him. And guess what? He about to graduate out of high school this year too.
So that method works too. There's nothing wrong with that method.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't know, it's like the other day, my baby called and told me she needed some money, and I wound up calling her mom. I'm like, man, I said, why every time Alyssa needs money, she always calling daddy? And mama said, guess why? I said, you tell me why. Why she can't call you? Say, cause you spread her, not me. So I just said, well, yeah, you got me on that one. But yeah, that's the type of person I am. You know, even though when me and your mom split up, I always told my baby, I better never catch you sitting on no man's lap. Whatever you need, call me and I'm gonna provide. And you know, that's how I always would with it, my baby. So I guess I did, bro.
All right, here in closing, in the final minutes here. If you have if people could take one thing away from your life, from your story, and something that would change them, that would make them turn their life around, what would you want them to take away? What is something you want to lay on them before?
Oh man, straight up, just for all the men out there. See all y'all men, this father and this dad and stuff. If you take them children, mama, you gotta have them too. There can't be no one-sided thing. It's supposed to be about everybody. So if you gonna love her, love them children too. And guess what? I'm a living witness. Cause I done been around and I done did that. And guess what? Ain't nobody can say nothing bad but me. I treat them bad or none of that. Cause everybody still love me. Believe what I'm telling y'all.
I can totally agree with that. I think Dookie's adopted more children than the Catholic Church, honestly. He's got more stepkids than anybody.
Yeah.
And we all love him. And you know, and even though he may not be in their lives like he once was, they're still, you know, he's still their father and they're still his kids, you know. And like you just help one of your stepkids the other day, right? Didn't you get a vehicle or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So Dookie is a guy who's every child he's met, he's been their father in one way or another.
Yeah.
So, and really, you know, we have to thank God for men like you. You know, you make the world go round. So, any final statements before we go?
Oh man, I'm just proud of being me, and thank God. That's where all praises and blessings come from.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap it up. Time to go.
That was good.
You like that? It was pretty good.
Check the sound though.
I'll be able to deal with it.
That
I'll be able to deal with it. He was a little low, and I know the earphones wasn't connected right.
The headphones.
I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but it's all right though.